Hello, dear listeners. Welcome back to Easy English Click. Today, we are going to talk about something simple, but incredibly powerful. Something that can improve not only your English, but your confidence, focus, and even your future. Today's topic is the power of morning practice. Have you ever asked yourself why some people improve their English so fast while others stay stuck for years? The difference is not always talent. It is not about being naturally smart. Most of the time, the real difference is daily habits, especially morning habits. Every morning, your day begins with a choice. Some people wake up and immediately check their phones. They scroll through social media, watch random videos, read unnecessary messages, and waste the most important hour of the day. Their mind becomes tired before the day even begins, but other people do something different. They wake up early, sit quietly for a few minutes, and practice something meaningful. Maybe they read a short English paragraph. Maybe they listen to a podcast. Maybe they repeat new vocabulary words aloud. These small actions may look unimportant, but over time, they completely change a person's life. The problem is that most English learners only study when they feel motivated. They wait for the perfect moment. They say, "I'll start tomorrow," or "I'll practice later tonight." But later never comes. At night, they feel tired. Their brain is exhausted. Their focus disappears, and slowly they lose confidence in themselves. This is why morning practice is so powerful. In the morning, your brain is fresh. Your mind is calm. There are fewer distractions. You can focus better, remember vocabulary faster, and speak more clearly. Even 10 or 15 minutes of morning English practice can be more effective than 1 hour of distracted study at night. Think about this carefully. Imagine practicing English every morning for 1 full year. Just 15 minutes every day. That may not sound like a lot, but day after day, week after week, your pronunciation improves. Your vocabulary grows. Your listening becomes sharper, and one day, you suddenly realize something amazing. You are speaking English more naturally than before. Most successful people understand the power of mornings. Athletes train in the morning. Writers write in the morning. Entrepreneurs plan their day in the morning. Why? Because mornings shape the direction of the entire day. When you win the morning, you often win the day. But many people destroy their mornings without realizing it. The first thing they touch is their phone. The first thing they hear is noise. The first thing they feel is stress. And then they wonder why they cannot focus on learning. Your morning environment affects your mindset more than you think. Imagine waking up tomorrow and starting your day differently. No social media, no distractions, just a notebook, a cup of tea or coffee, and 10 minutes of English practice. Imagine reading 1 paragraph in English every morning. Imagine learning 3 new words every day. Imagine speaking a few English sentences to yourself confidently before the world becomes noisy. That simple routine could completely transform your future. Because success in English does not come from studying one day for 5 hours. Real success comes from consistency. Small daily actions become powerful results over time. And morning practice helps build that consistency naturally. In this video, I will show you why morning practice changes the brain, how successful learners use it to improve faster, and the exact morning routine you can start using from tomorrow. And trust me, one small habit from this video could change the way you learn English forever. So stay with me until the end, because the final method may become the most powerful habit of your entire learning journey. Now let's talk about something very important. Why does morning practice work so well? Why do people who study in the morning often improve faster than people who study late at night? The answer is simple. Your brain works differently in the morning. When you first wake up, your mind is fresh. Your brain has not yet become tired from stress, work, noise, or social media. In those early hours, your concentration is usually much stronger. You can focus better, understand information faster, and remember things more clearly. Think about your brain like a clean white paper. In the morning, that paper is empty and organized. But as the day continues, the paper becomes full of thoughts, worries, distractions, and information. By nighttime, your brain often feels overloaded. This is exactly why many people struggle to study at night. They sit with their books or watch English lessons, but their mind keeps drifting away. They feel sleepy. They lose motivation quickly. Even simple vocabulary becomes difficult to remember. But morning practice creates a different feeling. When you practice English in the morning, your brain pays more attention. Your pronunciation becomes clearer. Your listening improves because your mind is calm. Even your confidence feels stronger because you are starting the day with achievement instead of distraction. And here is something interesting. Many successful people around the world protect their mornings carefully. They understand that mornings are powerful. Some people exercise in the morning. Some read books. Some meditate. Others plan their goals for the day. They do these activities because they know the first hour of the day often controls the next 23 hours. English learners can use this same secret. You do not need expensive courses. You do not need to study for 5 hours every day. Sometimes, a focused 20-minute morning routine can create better results than long hours of distracted learning. Let me give you an example. Imagine two students learning English. The first student studies randomly. Some days he studies for 2 hours. Other days he does nothing. He waits for motivation, but motivation comes and goes. After a few months, he feels frustrated because his progress is slow. The second student studies only 20 minutes every morning. He listens to English daily. He repeats sentences aloud. He learns a few new words each morning. The routine is small, but consistent. Now guess what happens after 1 year? The second student usually becomes more fluent, more confident, and more disciplined. Why? Because consistency is more powerful than intensity. Small actions repeated every day create huge results over time. This is one of the biggest secrets of language learning. Many people think success comes from big moments. But real success usually comes from small habits repeated again and again. 1 paragraph every morning. 1 short podcast every morning. 5 new words every morning. 1 minute of speaking practice every morning. These tiny habits slowly train your brain to think in English naturally. And there is another important reason why morning practice is powerful. It builds momentum. When you start your morning with something positive, your mind feels productive. You feel proud of yourself. That feeling changes your energy for the rest of the day. But when you waste your morning scrolling endlessly on your phone, your brain becomes lazy. Your motivation decreases. And often, the entire day feels unproductive. Your mornings are more connected to your future than you realize. The habits you repeat every morning slowly shape your personality, your confidence, and even your identity. If you practice English every morning, your brain slowly begins to accept a new identity. I am someone who speaks English. That mindset is powerful because confidence in language learning does not appear magically one day. It grows slowly through daily practice. At first, speaking English may feel uncomfortable. You may make mistakes. Your pronunciation may not sound perfect. But morning practice helps remove fear little by little. Every day you become slightly stronger than yesterday. And remember this carefully. Perfection is not the goal. Progress is the goal. Many learners quit because they want instant results. They practice for 1 week and expect fluency immediately. But language learning is like planting a tree. In the beginning, nothing looks different. But under the ground, the roots are growing quietly. Then one day, growth finally becomes visible. Your morning practice works the same way. Every morning session is building your future English ability, even if you cannot see immediate results. So never underestimate small daily progress. Because one focused morning can improve your day. One focused month can improve your confidence. And one focused year can completely transform your life. In the next part of this video, I will show you the perfect morning English routine. Simple habits that can help you improve your speaking, listening, vocabulary, and confidence faster than ever before. Now let's talk about the most important part of this video, the perfect morning English routine. A simple routine that anyone can follow, even if you are busy, tired, or a complete beginner. The first step is very simple but extremely important. When you wake up in the morning, do not touch your phone immediately. This habit destroys focus faster than most people realize. The moment you open social media, your brain becomes full of noise, information, and distractions. Instead, give your mind a few quiet minutes before entering the digital world. Drink a glass of water. Open a window. Take a deep breath. Let your brain wake up naturally. You do not need a perfect morning. You only need a peaceful start. After that, begin your English practice with listening. Listening is one of the most powerful ways to train your brain. Even 5 minutes of English listening every morning can improve your pronunciation, vocabulary, and speaking rhythm over time. You can listen to a short podcast, a YouTube video, or even simple English conversations. But here is the secret. Do not listen passively. Listen actively. Focus on how the words sound. Notice the pronunciation. Pay attention to the rhythm and emotion of the speaker. Your goal is not to understand every single word perfectly. Your goal is to train your ears to become familiar with English naturally. Next comes one of the most powerful techniques for speaking improvement. Repetition. After listening to a sentence, pause the audio and repeat the sentence aloud. Try to copy the speaker's pronunciation, speed, and emotion. This method is called shadowing, and many fluent English speakers use it every day. For example, if the speaker says, "Success comes from small daily habits," pause the audio and repeat it clearly. Success comes from small daily habits. Do not be afraid if your pronunciation sounds imperfect at first. Every strong speaker once sounded weak in the beginning. Improvement comes through repetition, not perfection. Now let's move to vocabulary practice. Most people try to memorize too many words at once. They study 50 words in one day and forget them the next morning. This method usually fails because the brain needs repetition and consistency. Instead, learn only 3 to 5 new words every morning. But learn them deeply. Understand the meaning. Say the words aloud. Create your own sentences. Connect the words to real life. For example, if your new word is discipline, you can say, "Discipline helps me practice English every morning." Simple sentences help your brain remember vocabulary faster because you are using the word emotionally and practically. After vocabulary practice, spend a few minutes speaking English by yourself. Yes, speaking alone may feel strange at first, but it is incredibly powerful. You do not always need a partner to improve your speaking. You can describe your day, talk about your goals, or even explain what you see around you. For example, today I feel motivated. I want to improve my English speaking. The weather is beautiful this morning. These simple speaking exercises train your brain to think in English naturally. Over time, your speaking becomes faster and more automatic. Another helpful habit is reading short English paragraphs every morning. Reading improves vocabulary, grammar, pronunciation, and sentence structure at the same time. You do not need difficult books. Start with easy English articles, short stories, or motivational paragraphs. Read slowly and clearly, and if possible, read aloud. Reading aloud improves both speaking confidence and pronunciation together. It also helps your brain connect written English with spoken English. Now here is something very important. Do not try to make your morning routine perfect from the beginning. Many people become too ambitious. They create a 2-hour study plan and quit after 3 days. Real progress comes from realistic habits. Start small. Even 10 or 15 minutes every morning can create powerful results if you stay consistent. Remember this carefully. Consistency is more important than intensity. A small routine repeated every day is stronger than a huge routine repeated once a month. And there is another powerful benefit of morning practice. It changes your identity slowly. When you practice English every morning, your brain begins to believe, "I am an English learner. I am improving. I am becoming more confident." That mindset creates motivation naturally. The hardest part is not learning English. The hardest part is building the habit. But once the habit becomes part of your daily life, improvement becomes much easier. One day, you will notice something amazing. You will understand English faster. You will speak more confidently. You will search for words less often. And conversations that once felt difficult will begin to feel natural, all because of small morning habits repeated consistently. In the next part of this video, we are going to talk about the biggest mistakes English learners make. Mistakes that silently destroy progress and stop people from becoming fluent. Now let's talk about something that many English learners do not want to hear. The biggest mistakes that secretly destroy progress. Sometimes people think they're learning English, but their habits are actually keeping them stuck. They spend months studying, but they still feel afraid to speak. They still forget vocabulary quickly. They still lack confidence. And after some time, they begin to believe that fluency is impossible for them. But in most cases, the problem is not intelligence. The problem is the system. One of the biggest mistakes people make is waiting for motivation. This is extremely common. People watch motivational videos, feel excited for one day, and create huge study plans. They promise themselves they will study for 3 hours every day. But after a few days, motivation disappears, and the routine breaks completely. The truth is that motivation is temporary. Some mornings you will feel excited. Other mornings you will feel tired, lazy, or distracted. That is normal. Successful learners are not successful because they always feel motivated. They are successful because they continue even when motivation disappears. Discipline is more powerful than motivation, and this is exactly why morning practice matters so much. A simple morning routine removes the need to make daily decisions. You wake up, practice English, and continue your day. The habit becomes automatic. Another huge mistake is trying to learn everything at once. Many learners overload themselves with grammar books, difficult vocabulary, long study schedules, and complicated methods. Instead of enjoying the process, they become mentally exhausted. Language learning should feel challenging, but not overwhelming. Small daily progress is enough. You do not need to memorize hundreds of words in 1 week. You do not need perfect grammar immediately. Fluency grows step by step. The people who improve the fastest are usually the people who stay consistent the longest. Another dangerous mistake is being afraid of making mistakes. This fear stops millions of people from speaking English confidently. They stay silent because they worry about pronunciation, grammar, or embarrassment. But here is the reality. Mistakes are part of learning. Every fluent English speaker once spoke broken English. Every confident speaker once felt nervous. Every successful learner once struggled with simple sentences. Mistakes are not proof of failure. They are proof that you are practicing. Think about a child learning to walk. A child falls many times before walking confidently, but the child never says, "Maybe walking is not for me." The child keeps trying until walking becomes natural. English works the same way. If you speak, you will improve. If you stay silent, fear becomes stronger. Another major problem today is phone addiction and constant distraction. Many people cannot focus for even 10 minutes without checking notifications. Social media has trained the brain to constantly search for entertainment and instant stimulation. This destroys deep focus and makes learning much harder. Imagine this situation. You begin studying English. After 2 minutes, you check Instagram. Then you reply to a message. Then you watch a short video. Suddenly 30 minutes disappear, but your brain learned almost nothing. This habit quietly destroys progress. That is why protecting your mornings is so important. Early mornings are usually calmer and quieter. Your brain has a better chance to focus deeply before the world becomes noisy. And here is another mistake many learners make: comparing themselves to others. Comparison destroys confidence. Some people compare their English to native speakers and immediately feel discouraged. Others compare themselves to advanced learners online and begin thinking, "I will never sound like that." But you should never compare your beginning to someone else's middle. Focus on your own improvement. Ask yourself, am I better than I was last month? Am I more confident than before? Am I practicing consistently? That is what truly matters. Remember, language learning is not a race. Everyone learns at a different speed. Some people improve quickly in speaking. Others improve faster in listening or reading. Your journey is unique. And finally, one of the most dangerous mistakes is quitting too early. Many people stop learning right before improvement begins to appear. At first, progress feels slow. Sometimes it feels invisible. You study every day, but you still make mistakes. You still struggle to understand conversations. And because results are not immediate, people become frustrated and give up. But what they do not realize is this: the brain is changing quietly in the background. Every sentence you hear, every word you repeat, every morning you practice, your English is improving little by little. Then one day, something amazing happens. You understand a video without subtitles. You speak a sentence naturally without translating in your mind. You express your thoughts more confidently. And suddenly you realize your hard work was never wasted. So if you ever feel slow, discouraged, or frustrated, remember this carefully. Progress is often invisible before it becomes obvious. Keep showing up. Keep practicing. Keep protecting your mornings. Because the small habits you repeat every day are quietly building the future version of yourself. And in the final part of this video, we are going to talk about transformation. How morning practice can completely change your confidence, your opportunities, and even your life. Now imagine your life 1 year from today. Imagine waking up in the morning and speaking English with confidence instead of fear. Imagine understanding movies, podcasts, and conversations more naturally. Imagine expressing your thoughts clearly without stopping after every sentence. That future may feel far away right now, but the truth is something powerful. Big transformations often begin with very small habits. A few minutes every morning may not look important today, but over time, those small moments begin to shape your mind, your confidence, and your future. This is the real power of morning practice. It is not only about learning English. It is about becoming a more disciplined, focused, and confident version of yourself. Because every morning you choose practice over distraction, you are proving something to yourself. You are proving that your goals matter. You are proving that your future is important. And slowly, that feeling changes the way you see yourself. Many people spend years waiting for the perfect moment to change their lives. They wait for more motivation, more free time, or better conditions. But successful people understand something different. The perfect moment rarely comes. Transformation begins the moment you decide to start. Not next month, not next year, tomorrow morning. And remember this carefully. You do not need to become perfect overnight. You only need to improve little by little. Some mornings will feel easy. Other mornings will feel difficult. Sometimes you will feel motivated. Sometimes you will feel tired. But what matters most is continuing. Because consistency creates identity. If you practice English once, that is an action. If you practice English every morning, that becomes part of who you are. And once learning becomes part of your identity, progress becomes natural. One day, you will look back and realize how much you changed. The words that once felt difficult will become easy. The fear that once stopped you from speaking will slowly disappear. The confidence you once admired in others will begin growing inside you. And maybe the most beautiful part is this: your success will inspire other people too. Your family may notice your confidence. Your friends may notice your discipline. Other learners may feel motivated by your progress, because positive habits create positive energy around us. So if you are watching this right now and feeling discouraged, listen carefully. You are not too late. You are not too weak. And you are not incapable of learning English. You simply need consistency, patience, and the courage to continue. Every fluent English speaker was once a beginner. Every confident speaker once struggled with basic sentences. The difference is that they continued practicing when others stopped. And you can do the same.